everyone, Olaf here at CMP Attachments. We're going to have a real serious conversation here about the MT Hydra Buckets. Nice and smooth, real smooth right here. We do have a new Hydra Bucket coming out here for the MTs. We want to showcase a little bit of what we're doing before and what we're going to in the future. As you can see, the current Hydra Bucket for the MTs is the same height as the Quick Attach. The great thing about that is volume. These buckets hold a lot of material. The challenge with that is visibility. So what we're working on is changing out to a new design for the MT Hydra Buckets, and we'll show that here in just a little bit. But want to put them side by side so you can see the new design is going to be more for efficiencies in the build process. But the other thing, that the benefit of this for the Hydra Buckets for the MT is going to be the visibility from the MT to the cutting edge. So as you can see, we have the new style MT Hydra Bucket and the old style. Not sure if we're going to keep this as a high volume option going forward. These Hydra Buckets here are all hand built. They are not built in a robot. Going forward, just like our full size Hydra Buckets, the MTs and the common industry Hydra Buckets will be built in a robot. More precision, more precise, and just a cleaner build. So we still have the AR wear strip here, nice and smooth, real smooth right here, real smooth. Real smooth. It's not just the grade 50, this is actually AR 400 here. All the mini Hydra Buckets are a welded on cutting edge. There is no option for a bolt-on tooth kit. As you can see also, the MT Hydra Buckets, the motor is on the left-hand side. Common industry buckets are usually on the other side. So when we build buckets for the MT 100 and the SCL 1000 Kubota, we typically put that motor on the left-hand side because it matches up with the hydraulic center boom. Ditch Switch, Toro, Vermeer all have the hydraulics on the right side, and so the motor is on the right-hand side and the hoses go up to the right side of the boom. Now that the Hydra Bucket is on the MT100, your line of sight and visual here is opened up down to the center of the bucket so you can see the cutting edge. And having visibility to the cutting edge is really paramount for cutting grade and back dragging with it. You know, you control the depth of your dig by the angle of the bucket. And you know, typically we say you can get about 2 to 3 inches of penetration with the Hydra Bucket. You know, the MTs and the mini skids can a lot of times get more than that based out of the geometry of the boom. When you back drag, you know, that drum is just barely touching the ground, but you're organically grading and leveling with it. So you're bringing material to the center and it spills back around. So you're conditioning that soil as you're backing up with it. So for just general grading and leveling with it, you'll be running the drum. But if you're trying to dig down, you'll heel down, tilt your bucket off the ground a couple inches, and then that's when you'll be working about 2 inches into the ground. It's not an exact science, but it'll be close. We're pretty excited about this. This is pretty exciting. Brings a tear to my eye. I just love talking about it because this is such a great attachment for everybody. And you can see these teeth come by that edge about 1/4 of an inch or so. This is what's pulverizing the hard packed soil. And because these teeth spiral to the center of the drum, it's carrying that material in and it spills back around. So a lot of times when you're running this, it acts almost like a box blade because you're carrying excess material with you as you go backwards and forwards with it. So the mini Hydra Bucket has got a single cutting edge here. The full size Hydra Bucket also has an AR wear strip right here as well, but the minis just have a single one. So we get a lot of comments or questions about how is this different or better, or how does it compare to a Hydra rake or a power rake. A lot of power rakes have your teeth are spaced off evenly here, so it picks material up and puts it back down.
I lift things up and put them down.
And basically just leaving it where it was. And so when we were talking earlier about how these teeth spiral to the center of the drum, this cutting edge here also, it's pulverizing that material. As you can see, you're not going to get big material through here. You're not going to get big rocks. You're not going to get big branches through here. So that's where a power rake is always going to be better. This is great for grading, leveling, site prep, eliminate almost all your hand labor. That kind of application, there is nothing better than the Hydra Bucket. A lot of times you'll bring in less topsoil to a job site because you can grade it all out and level it with the Hydra Bucket. Like a power rake, you bring a separate attachment to the job site. Most of our customers put this on and leave it on as their general purpose bucket. And so they're grading, leveling with it, moving material with it. It becomes a part of their daily routine, and they're not bringing a separate attachment like the power rake and switching back and forth. You're bringing another attachment, you have to load it on the trailer, you have to unload it, you have to strap them down, anytime you bring a second attachment to a job site, that's all unbillable time. So when the Hydra Bucket will do a lot of the work that a power rake will do, all it's doing is making you more efficient and saving on labor and saving on time. So vast majority of the guys that have these swear by it and absolutely love it, because it's a game changer for a lot of customers. I just talked to a guy that had one for the last couple of years, and it said it was the best thing that he's ever bought. So it's fun to hear those comments from our customers. I got one guy that's got 3 or 4 Hydra Buckets, one company, because they can see the efficiencies that it gains. So the Hydra Bucket is one of those really fun attachments to have, to sell, to be a part of, because it's not just a cheap bucket or a pallet fork. This attachment here really provides value, labor savings, it provides productivity, it increases your profits. It's really a great investment. So like I say, it's not gonna be for everybody, but for those guys that get it, they get it and they make a lot of money. So it's awesome.